Ready. So it's been great to have everyone on the call. My name is Omomi Victoria Samson, and I'm going to be facilitating this session. But I'm not doing this alone, guys. We have an NHS career coach with us. And guess what, guys? This session is all about you. It's about you, your questions, and everything that you most likely have been hoping to know and understand about the NHS hiring process, what you should do right, how you get shortlisted, how you should position, how you should also apply. Okay. And I would also be sharing a couple of things with us today. For example, the NHS Tech interview guide. I'll be sharing that with you as long as you fill the attendance form, right? So guys, I encourage you to fill the attendance form that my colleague is going to be dropping in the chat. Another thing I'll be sharing with us today is a list of companies sponsoring, but not just companies, specifically in the NHS. And that will be sent to your email. So please, guys, ensure you fill the attendance form. Like I said, my name is Omomi Victoria Samson, but I won't be doing this alone. But before I introduce our guest, let's quickly get straight into brief introduction of Amdari, myself, and then our guest, and so that you have a great picture of what to expect from the session today. So permit me, I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. I think it's coming up now. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to be introducing myself, but I want to hear from you. I want to meet you guys. So please use the chat and tell me where you're joining us from. Let's start with that, okay? Tell me where you're joining us from. Just a minute. Tell me where you're joining us from. So just type in the chat if you're joining from the UK, if you're joining from Ireland, if you're joining from the US, wherever you're joining from. But I know majority of the people on the call will most likely be joining from the UK. So please type in the chat where you are joining us from. And if you're joining Amdari session and Amdari session for the very first time, can I see your thumbs up? You're joining for the very first time. Thumbs up. You're joining for the second or even the 10th time. Give me 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat for I have been here before now. Omolola, first time. Rutendo, first time. First timers, thumbs up. And you know, our regular attendees, give me 2 in the chat. Okay. Let me see 2 in the chat. Okay, Adediro is joining for the first time. Chinedu for the first time. Awesome. First time here at Deola, amazing. A lot of first timers. So I of course know Needful. Needful is like, I mean, he has already typed. So Needful is here for the 10th time, obviously. Oh, okay. Osasumwen is joining for, you know, not the first time. Well, nice to meet you, Ajayi. Let me just call the name that I know I am going to pronounce very, very right and correctly. Okay, Tawa Kalt is joining us for the first time. Amazing. Korshima also. I love that. Welcome, guys. Welcome. It's so great to have you all here with us. So like I said earlier, right, the session is going to be an exciting and informative one, and I promise you it is not going to be a waste of your time. So I urge and encourage you to stick around, stay with me, because you are going to gain so much from this. You're going to be learning from one of the best, and trust me, it's so much packed. Now let's get straight into the session. My name is Omomi Victoria Samson. Like I said earlier, I'm one of the co-founders here at Amdari. I'm also the Chief Technology and Business Officer. In the last 2 years, I've been, of course, on the other side of the hiring table, that's the decision-making side, as one of the co-founders of Amdari, and also, you know, even before Amdari, building other startups before now. I've had the opportunity to also be on the other side of hiring table. But as someone who has worked as a developer, product manager, and business analyst, this tells you also something clearly. I've been a job seeker. I've been where you are. And this introduction is to let you know that I have experienced both perspectives, that of a job seeker, that of an employer. And everything we bring on to the table, especially through the work that we do at Amdari, is based off this perspective. When we put sessions like this together, it's based off this perspective for you to know that alignment is important. The job seeker needs to align with why a job exists on the job board. But I won't bore you with all that, because these are things that we're going to be unpacking. Like I said, I'm not going to, guys, the session is for you and for you to have your questions ready. Now, I would most likely just ask our guests 1 question or 2 to give you time to come up with your question, so that you even see, let's say I want to set the tone of the session for you, right? So Once I'm done asking 1 or 2 questions, I'm going to open the floor for everybody on the call to ask their question. So please ensure that the minute I introduce my guest and I ask my first question, you would already have an idea of, okay, the direction. You already know what the topic is, obviously. The topic is simply the UK Job Access Summit, and it's focused on NHS career path, how you can land a tech role in the NHS, how it's been shortlisted, and how you can be part of the people who get shortlisted for this. So the session, like I said, is going to be worth your while. So please sit back and just have fun. Okay, so let's get straight into it. What do we do at Amdari? Amdari is simply an internship platform. What will help you do is to gain real work experience through internship. You work on 5 to 6 projects within the space of 4 months. Okay, and these projects are live projects. They are from some of our project partners. And when I say project partners, I'm referring to real businesses in the UK, okay, as well as US, as well as Canada. Now, these real businesses do one thing: they assign some of their business challenges to us, and we in turn assign it to our interns to work on. They know why Amdari is established, so they trust us with their project. Some of them, we sign confidentiality clause so that some information about them is kept private, but ultimately you work on real business challenges from these organizations, and some don't mind really. Some don't mind. They're like, yeah, sure. They can even put our company name on their CV. Some don't mind, some mind. But whatever the case is, you get to work on live projects from real businesses and you solve real problems. And these projects they cut across industries and sectors that have high hiring demand for your niche. So the career paths we focus on at Amdari is data analytics, data science, business analysis, project management, and then cybersecurity, which we have broken down to SOC and also governance, risk, and compliance. These are the career paths we help you gain experience in. Now, if you join the internship program, what this simply means for you is you get to gain experience, work on projects across these sectors, and you build competence. And the success rate has been remarkable because 6 out of every 10 intern who embarks on this journey with us at Amdari secure their first ever tech job within a month, 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months. I know how that sounds. Mommy, come on, 4 months, a month. Come on, come on. You guys, the jobs exist. The jobs exist. You just have to be skilled. You have to be good. Like, you have to know your onions. As long as you're good, you know how to position, you know how to show up, where to show up. Getting the job is going to be quite easy. I promise you that. And that has been very evident in our interns who have gotten the job, because we revamp your CV by week 5, optimize your LinkedIn by week 5. Then you start applying to jobs by week 6. That week 5 actually, so you can start getting interviews quite early. So within the second month, you're already getting interviews. And for every intern who has been successful in this program, they always attribute their success to Amdari, and the work experience. I'm going to be playing Laura's video for us when I'm done with the conversation we're going to be having with Omola. We'll come back to this, don't worry. I'll play some testimonial videos for us to see. But I want us to get straight into the session, okay? But like I said, the internship has been successful. For Laura, she got a job within a month. We'll hear from her after the conversation with Omola. Then some of our interns land the job, let's say, after the internship. That's to tell you that everybody's timeline is different, guys. Everybody's timeline is different. So when I say that, some of our interns get the job quite early, I'm not saying everybody gets it in a month, 2 months. No, I'm saying some people get it that early. Some people get it later, like a month after they are done with the program, 2 months after they are done. Whatever the case is, the guarantee is that Amdari keeps working with you until you get the job. That's the guarantee. We keep working with you until you get the job. And that's why you see here on my screen, it says Alumni Network. And this clearly means people who are done with the program. And this person shares the good news. Hi, guys, it's a good news. I landed a business intelligence role this week. This other person says, good morning, everyone. Please, who are those in charge of giving reference? That's because, yes, we also give you reference letter. So these are just more things on that end. But like I said, let's jump straight into introducing our guest. So our guest is already on the call, Omola Consulting. So Omola Ogun Owokon, I hope I pronounced that right. She's an NHS career coach, all right, and she's also an international registered nurse with active licenses in the UK, Canada, and the US. She's the founder of Omola Consulting and Education Services. She coaches professionals on Canada and UK RN pathways, NHS applications, and certificates of sponsorship processes. Through her work, she helps healthcare workers break the no experience cycle and secure global opportunities. And she's been sharing so many valuable insights on how exactly you can navigate the NHS sector, position, and get the job. So we're going to get straight into the conversation, but guys, I want to urge you, please sit tight. Grab your popcorn if you have to. Pay close attention, okay? I don't want distractions. I don't want you to be distracted because this is all about you asking questions. Like I said, my 1 or 2 questions is just to get you set for you to have your own questions noted somewhere. So the minute I'm done with 2 questions, I'm going to be opening the floor to everybody to ask. So you can either ask verbally or you can ask by typing in the chat, but I would prefer you ask verbally, okay? We want this to be interactive, we want this to be conversational, not just typing. So if you can speak where you are, I would rather you unmute when it is time to start asking questions. Now, I always say something, guys. The best way to grow in life is to have a community that you're growing with, right? And I'm sure you have friends, you have colleagues, you have family members that you're in the UK with, and you know, even if they're not in the UK, they're in the US or Canada, right? You know, a conversation like this will benefit them. You know that, oh, this person, I mean, I had a conversation with someone today and he invited his partner to the call, and both of them joined the Amdari internship. It happens so much like that. I had another conversation with someone, they joined the internship. Before you know it, they recommended some of their friends. So if you feel like a conversation like this is something one of your friends, some of your friends, your partner, your brother, your sister, whoever, your in-law, just invite them. Okay, you know that, okay, they've been trying to get into the NHS, this should be a call they should be on, right? You want to invite them, so I urge you to please invite your colleagues. All right, so we are getting straight into the Q&A, but I have introduced my guest, and that is Omonla. So I'll bring Omonla up on stage. By stage, I mean our virtual stage, of course. And I will like Omonla to hi Omonla, are you here? I'd like you to put on, okay, yeah, her camera is turned on. Amazing.
Hi, hello.
Hi
Hi,
Omonla, how are you
Amoni.
doing today? Hi,
I'm
hi,
very well,
hi.
thank you. How are you doing?
Awesome. I'm doing very well, thank you. It's so great to have you here with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to
That's
be here. So,
awesome. Awesome, awesome. So Jennifer, can you pin Omonla, please? I don't think I can. Oh, I can actually pin her. Don't worry. So I'm doing that right now. So it's great to have you here. So we're going to get straight into the conversation, and I have a few questions for you. Like I said earlier, just two. But guys, are we excited to meet our guests? Guys, I'm not seeing excitement. Are we excited? You know, aha, awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen since we're going to get straight into the conversation. So I just have 2 questions for you, and I would appreciate if everyone else also note down their questions. So my first question would be based off the immigrants and career switchers who are looking to transition into the NHS tech role, right? Especially roles like data analytics, business analysis, project management, or even cybersecurity. They often focus entirely on collecting certificates. Like we've seen this a lot. People feel like, okay, maybe one more certificate or certification, right? But the reality is the public sector places a massive, emphasis on practical ability. So from your own experience as a career coach, especially in the NHS sector, right? What is actually, or what's the actual place of hands-on skills and verifiable work experience when it comes to competing for these roles? Like I said, as it relates to the NHS. So I'd like to hear from you, Amola.
hi, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Omonla, meaning great child. I want to be great in life, so I'm making all of you call me that. So, what I would just say is, I've been working I worked in NHS for a while before I left. Luckily for me, I was part of the recruitment team for NHS, shortlisting people for interviews and also conducting interviews. What I have known so far from doing this job is most times certificate is not what really matters. Is the way you tailor your experience, the way you tailor your transferable skills that really matter. For those, I am really into the health sector. Um, so I'm going to be talking from the health sector perspective, and I'm sure that it can be relatable to data analysts and the rest of that. Is that okay, ma? Omowumi? I would be talking based on health workers, healthcare professional sector.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So what I've noticed over the years is that sometimes your degrees, your big certificates is not really necessary. The way you would tailor your transferable skills, the way you would tailor your experience, the way you will package yourself, it's what really matters. To navigate into NHS, for instance, you need to tailor to what they have asked for. For instance, let's assume they ask that they need a care certificate. They need an NVQ3. They need a level 3 diploma in health and social care. And you are there writing masters, PhD degrees. You have already failed the process. So what I would advise is all of these big certificates are very important, but what really matters before you can navigate into all this sector is to check the applications and try to use your transferable skills to showcase the essential criteria. That is my advice to the question.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Omola. So, guys, I hope we're getting set because this is going to be my second question. And then, like I said, I'm going to open the floor to you guys to ask, right? So, just to put into perspective, Omola, most of the guys on the call are more tilted towards the tech career path. So, that's why the conversation will be focused on the tech side of things a little bit. So, but of course, based off your experience working in the NHS, you can always share from that perspective. So now my second question is,
Hello?
okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yeah,
Okay. But am I
I can
audible?
hear you now.
Okay, okay,
You are.
awesome.
A call came
Okay.
through. That was why.
Oh, okay, okay, that's fine. So my second question is going to be regarding the strict nature of the NHS vetting process, right? So knowing how strict it can be, the compliance and everything, how much of a changer is it for an immigrant to show up with proof of work and local standard kind of exposure, right? Like, oh, I have experience doing this from before. How do you think, what role do you think proof of work plays? Let's just speak to the role that proof of work plays in terms of being shortlisted for a job in the NHS.
What you have is enough. It is well recognized. I've been privileged to work as a senior at the senior sector, as a lecturer, as everything that I am working at now. What you have is enough. So everything you're bringing from back home, everything you are learning from internship, learning from this, learning from that, it's all equally enough for you. I got my first senior role using my certificate from back home, right? Then later, all the ones I later got in the United Kingdom now helped me to keep growing and growing. But what you have is enough. Most of us don't know I'm sorry to use that word. Most of the people I have met in the past don't know the value of what they have. But what you have, when somebody asks me, how did you get this position? I'm like, what do you mean? Don't I have these certificates? And the next question was, you didn't get it from United Kingdom. I'm like, but it is a recognized certificate. And she goes, yes, I thought you needed to do something extra. What you have is enough. The experience you have is enough. You can use it as a transferable skills and you can tailor it. And when you start working, it will show in the quality of the services you render. So yes, what you have is enough locally or internationally. But from what you have now, it's more than enough.
All right. Thank you very much. So, guys, I don't know if I have anyone on the call who has a question for our guests. So, anybody, with a question. If you have any question, please indicate with a raise of hand. So we'll be taking a couple of questions from those on the call, and then, I don't want to keep us here for too long, so we would wrap up in by 9. I mean, with the questions and answers, then I would show you exactly how to join the Amdari Work Experience Program, especially for those who are joining us for the first time. I'll walk you through the Work Experience Program, how it works, and exactly what you get out of the program, okay? Because at the end of the day, you need proof of work. You need proof of work, guys. So let's take Toja, and then I'll come to Retendo. But guys, like I said, if you have questions, please indicate with a raise of hand, and then I will come to you. So let me take Toja, and then we'll proceed from there. Hi, Toja. Hello, Toja, are you there? Jennifer, can people unmute themselves? Are they able to unmute? Because I don't think Toja can unmute himself. Okay, they can't unmute. Hi, Jennifer. Please allow them to unmute themselves. Okay.
Can you hear
Toja,
me?
can you attempt now? Okay. Yes.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So
Good evening.
my question is, when you're applying for these roles, you'd need a strong enough CV for any application in general. Even before you set up or create a cover letter for this position, you'd need a CV. So talking about the CV now, it has to be in a certain way because, for example, if you're applying for a care job in the NHS, or you're applying for a factory related job, or you're applying for a job in the engineering sector, all of these CVs will be designed just slightly differently from each other. So what is like the best format to design your CV? What structure should it follow? And what's the best way to position it or optimize it to get the best results?
Mhm. Okay. Hi, Omola. Did you get the question?
Yeah, I heard you that what is the best format to do your CV. Again, I'm going to be talking in the aspects of healthcare. It is relatable. You can use it also for data analysis and all. In the NHS, the major website of getting job in NHS, two. One is called betterjobs.nhs.uk. The other one is called Track Job. And in Scotland, it is called NHS Scotland. You don't need CV as a clinical support worker or a registered nurse in this website, major website. Don't get me wrong, there's Indeed, there's LinkedIn, there's all of that. But for NHS, these three websites are the ultimate. CV is important only if you want to go for job fairs, or you want to go for an open fair, or you want to. But what they use in NHS for healthcare workers, clinical support worker, or registered nurse, or medical lab scientists, all of those things, is what is called supporting statements. It's what is called supporting statements. When they publish an application, there's usually an attachment called the job and person specification. What they want you to write in the supporting statement is how you meet these essential criteria. So you need, there's usually a page, it's usually 1,500 words. They want you to prove to them that you have all it takes to be the one that will get this job. The first website is Better, like it go better for you. beta.nhs.jobs.uk. No, sorry. betterjobs.nhs.uk. You don't need a CV. They will even write it, like on my TikTok page, I usually show the proof. They usually write it there that we don't check your CVs. I am talking for healthcare professionals, not IT. I've never researched or dabbled or checked into the tech part of it. I am talking on behalf of nurses, clinical support worker, healthcare professionals. You need what is called supporting statements. In the supporting statement, they want you to show that you have the necessary knowledge, you have the necessary skills, necessary attributes, necessary qualifications and certifications. That is what you need. You don't need CV. Nobody is checking the CV. To tailor it now to your second question. How do you tailor it? For instance, if you are going for a role of emergency clinical support worker or the role of a registered nurse emergency unit, you need to write things that are specific to emergency, like things are relevant to emergency. If you are going to elderly, you need to talk about false precautions. You need to talk about aspiration. You need to talk about sickness in food that are related to the care of an elderly. If you are going to mental health, for instance, you need to talk about the escalation skills. You need to talk about setting professional boundaries. So you need to set the mood when you are writing your CV in quotes, but we call it personal statement or supporting statement. So you need to tailor it to the role. Even though you want to let them know that, oh, you have the qualification, you have the attributes, you need to let them know that, oh, I know how to take care of a mental a patient diagnosed with mental health. I know how to use my de-escalation skills. I know how to, escalate things. I know how to use my SBAT techniques. I know how to use my, all of those things. So, Rajal, I don't know if that answers the question, please.
Okay.
Soldier,
Did you get that?
does that answer your question?
So let me just quickly add to that, right? Let me just quickly add to that, especially based on the tech side of things. But guys, please let me know if I'm breaking up at any point, because I think there was a time where Omonla was breaking, and I wasn't sure if that was my network. Am I very clear and audible, guys? Just give me thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Amazing. So yes, I wanted to be sure if it's my network. Okay, so yes, in terms of job application, tailoring your CV is very important, guys. Like it's very, very important. And just like she said, when it comes to, I had a session last week where I focused on cover letters and supporting statements. And I mentioned how you have to tailor it to the job you're applying to. You don't make it generic. You have to do your research. You have to understand the business, the company, what pain points, what is the business challenge they are facing, right? So that when you apply, when you send in this CV, when you send in this supporting statement or your cover letter, it is speaking to something that they feel aligns with why you are needed, right? So when it aligns with why you are needed, it makes it easy for them to see you as the perfect candidate. So for this question that you asked, Oja, I'll be showing you a particular tool when we're done with this Q&A session, right? So we'll be taking, I'm going to be showing you a tool. So maybe we'll take 3 more questions for Omonla, and then I'll walk you guys through the tool. So the tool is CV Matchly. And what this tool does is it makes it easy for you to apply to different jobs and tailor your CV to those roles. Whether you're applying to a tech role in the healthcare sector, whether you're applying to a tech role whether you're applying to a fintech role, that's a data scientist in a fintech space, a data analyst in whatever job you're applying to as your job title. Trust me, this what's it called, product, that's cvmatchly.ai, it makes it easy for you to tailor your CV to those job applications, and you don't have to always revamp it yourself. Like it's a very stressful process. So I will put us through on this call, so we would manage time very well, don't worry, so that I have enough time to show you what I want to show you. So I hope that answers your question, Soja.
Yes, it does answer the question majorly. Just to clarify, you mentioned something about supporting statements and how they meet certain criterias, or they have to meet certain criterias. Is there a particular structure for these supporting statements? Because you said it should be at least 1,500 words. And besides the structure of the supporting statement, please could you come over the websites again for the CVs for this NHS websites? Could you come over them again?
Sure, maybe somebody will type it, the organizers, BETA, better, like beta.jobs.nhs.uk is the first one.
Okay.
The second
Just
one
say
is
that again. Let me type it for them. Say it again.
beta There's an S after the
Mm-hmm.
job. Jobs. Dot
Yeah, yeah.
NHS. Dot UK. Then the second one is track. TRAC without the K. TRAC.
Okay.
Dot jobs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those two are for England and Wales to get a job as a clinical support worker. And the last one is for Scotland. It's called NHS Scotland. That's it.
Okay, the second one is trac.jobs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the third one is NHS what?
Scotland.
Okay. No dots, just NHS Scotland.
No. So when you open it, you will just see it. It's called job trains. But type NHS Scotland so that it will just pop up the job train. I don't know the website, it's a long one. But when you do NHS Scotland, it will
Yeah.
just show you the job train website. I don't know the link.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So guys,
But if
those are
there's a
the
way
three links
you
in the chat. So you
communicate
can just
if there's a way you communicate with
sorry,
your
go on.
yeah, I can send you the link, the direct link, so that you can share it in any avenue you meet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to
Yeah,
do that.
definitely, definitely. We're going to send it by email, guys. So please, if you haven't filled the attendance form, ensure you fill it. Like I said, so we're also going to be sending you supporting statement samples that you can easily use, right, for different job applications. So please ensure you fill the attendance form. My colleague just dropped the link again. So you guys will be receiving a couple of resources, including this session recording, sent to your email first thing tomorrow morning. All right. Okay, awesome. So let's take the second question, and that's from Rutendo, and we'll come to Mohammed and then Adiola. Hi, Rutendo. Okay,
Hey,
Henrietta, I think you raised your hand earlier. I'll come to you also, but let's just take Rutendo. Hi, Rutendo.
all right. Hi. Thank you so much. I think my question is somewhat similar to Toja's, but my experience varies from hospitality to startups and different positions. When doing an application with NHS and you want to specifically sort of hone in on your, let's say, for instance, if it's project management, because that's what I'm wanting to apply for, how far back can I put my experience? Because if my experience starts, let's say, about 2014, then how far back can I, if I know it's not necessarily like a CV that you upload, but when you're talking about your experience, which is project management related or anything that is transferable, um, if
Mhm.
I just put two experiences, is that enough? If it's like in the last 2 years, or do I have to state all the experience that I've had
Um,
from the start of
that's a
my
Okay.
very brilliant
career?
question as well. That's a brilliant question as well. What I used to advocate or recommend is, for instance, I'll use myself as an example. Whenever I want to apply as in the universities as a lecturer, I concentrate on my experience as a lecturer back home or in wherever I've been a lecturer, right? So I count how many years I've been a lecturer when I'm applying for a lecturing role. When I'm applying as a senior staff nurse or a specialist nurse, I use the years of experience as a specialist nurse. So if you have always been working in project management all through your work experience, you use everything. And the reason is because some of these roles, they pay you based on your years of experience. So if you have set 2 years and it's 20 years, and by the time you come, even in NHS, they have a salary scale. They will say for 25,000 to 29,000. So that means if you showcase your experience, you have a proof for your experience, they can put you in the highest scale of that same salary. So to answer your question, go all out. Nobody's going to say, oh, she's too qualified because she has 20 years of experience as a project manager. So far, you have a proof for it as per your references. So just say it. But let's assume you are applying as a project manager now, and you see another thing as hospitality, and you mention something else that you have done. Then you can streamline it. Okay, as a project manager, it was 10 years, hospitality was 2 years. But if you've always been a project manager or working in that capacity, even if it is 20 years, please let them know I've been doing this for 2 decades. Is that clear, ma'am?
Yeah, that's pretty clear. Thank you so much. That helps.
No worries.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Ritendo, and thank you, Omonla, for that response. So just to quickly add to that, right, I stumbled on something online, and this question about work experience, how many years should I add to my CV, is one that I see a lot of, which is quite interesting that you asked that, Ritendo. So when it comes to applying to these roles and maybe the request for experience, they stated that, oh, someone with 5 years experience or 10 years experience, please ensure that. And I tell people it's not necessarily about that number of years of experience. It's always majorly, can you do the job? As long as you have the experience and you can do it and you can prove it to them, right? It doesn't have to be equal to exactly the number of years of experience they requested. Just make sure you indicate that you have the experience and you've done it in XYZ sectors before. That's all that matters, right? Now, if it's a case of you're applying to the role of this and another company is asking for another different role, ensure the CV is tailored properly. So if this is for a project management role, ensure it's tailored there. Now, if your previous experience is in another sector, you can get some transferable skills from there and add it to this so that your CV doesn't necessarily look too lean, right? But then at the same time, it doesn't have to be lengthy. If it's too lengthy, nobody's reading 3 pages of CV, 2 pages. 1 page is enough. Just put the most important things you've done there. And let's say max 2 pages, right? It shouldn't be too long, but ensure it is tailored. It is tailored to that industry, tailored to that job title, so that it's quite easy for them to already see you in the capacity that they're trying to, hire you for. So instead of having other, experiences that doesn't necessarily relate to why they want to hire you right now. So I see a question in the chat. You may have gaps if your most recent role is not related to the job. How do you cover that gap? Hi, Omola, do you want to respond to this? So I'm coming shortly to you, Mohammed.
Yes.
I just wanted to put this in the chat here. All right, go
Like
on,
I
please.
said, I'll keep saying it. I'm talking based on NHS healthcare. They want a minimum of 3 years work experience as healthcare, nurses, clinical support worker, and all of that. Even if you put 20 years, they want reference for 3 years cover. So if in 3 years you still have a gap, that is when you will now use character reference to cover the time while you were not schooling or working. So even if you say you have 20 years experience, your reference just needs to cover a minimum of 3 years. So in the 3 years, now there is a gap. I wasn't working from May to September to 2026 is 3 years, right? But before that, within that 3 years, you were not working or schooling. You now need somebody to do a character reference. That will only be accepted if you were not schooling or working. So some employment, some jobs usually let you know what they want to cover. For me, that I'm going for senior stakeholder role is usually 10 years. So it differs on the position. So my advice for you, ladies and gentlemen, is whenever you want to apply for a job, I used to tell my clients, don't just click on apply. Don't just submit your CV. You need to sit down and study the application. What are they requesting for? Are they requesting for 3 years? Get 3 years. Are they requesting for 5 years? Get 5 years. If you have a maximum, it's fine. But they usually say minimum of 5 years, minimum of 3 years, minimum of 10 years. You just need to read it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Omonla. So, Alexander, I hope that has answered your question. But Adeola says, my question has been answered. Amazing. So let's take Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, Omonmi, and hi, Omonla. I first want to thank you both for giving us this session. It is very informative. And my question is that I've been trying to get a job at the NHS, and I know it might sound stupid, but I've been trying it for like 3 years. I've been here in the UK for past 4 years, and overall, like I've worked as a teaching assistant for SEN children in the schools, and then I've worked as 1 year as a project coordinator in an energy assessor company. I studied MSc project management, and my question is that with all of this experience as an SEN support worker and just little bit of work experience as a project coordinator, I want to, target a role as assistant project manager at the NHS. So, given that at least 3 years of work experience and the reference checks they ask for, how can I align all of this and my qualification to get the role? Because it has been extremely challenging. And I've worked out on a lot of NHS statements. I've taken a lot of sessions, but nothing has worked out yet, unfortunately. Thank you.
Sorry, what's the question? Just the question. Sorry, I got carried away for a minute. I heard everything, but I didn't just pick the question.
Yeah. The question is that in today's saturated market in the UK, how can I achieve or secure a role as in the area of project management in the NHS with 3 years of work experience as a SEN support worker and 1 year of work experience as a project coordinator, but in a very different industry, the energy.
So again, I'll be referring to what I tell my clients. Anything you think you want to apply for, check the application. They usually write the requirement, right? For instance, I know about healthcare. They will write it there that it's saying project management. For healthcare, for clinical support worker, for instance, they will say any candidate that have a minimum of C in math and English GCSE equivalent. That is our secondary school living certificate, right? They want someone that has care certificates. They want someone that has level 3 diploma in health and social care. They want someone that have NVQ. They want someone that has SVQ. They want someone that has full UK driving license and a private car. So you need to read it to check what are the requirements they have published. If you have it, then you tailor it into your application. So to apply as a project manager, what require project management unit, what requirement you just, if you don't have it, you can't do it. I don't know, maybe Omawumi would know better. For my own teaching of clinical support worker role and RN, if you don't have it, you need to get it. You need to get it if you don't have it. So 98% of my own clients in Omola Consulting and Education Services are, they don't have ILR. They don't have, what's this thing called? Work permit visa. That is why majority of them are working as clinical support worker till they have their stay. You know, when you now have your ILR, you now start applying for things that whatever you like. So that is why majority of my own clients are clinical support worker. I used to tell them a website to go to do those qualifications. I don't know if it is relevant for this call. I can also tell you the, and I don't know whether this platform have their own. So I don't know what my barriers are or my boundaries are. But for clinical support, major certificates, level 3 diploma in health and social care, care certificate, and your Sunday school living certificate, a minimum of C in math and English. I usually tell them to go to a website where they can get these certificates. Then they are good to go. Again, 90% of NHS will accept you for who you are. So far, you have the certificates, knowing fully well that when you come in as a project manager, registered nurse, clinical support worker, data analyst, they will still retrain you. Muhammad, if you don't have the qualification, I don't know how you can apply for the role. You need to have the qualification if it has been published. If you don't have it, you need to go and do this certification. The one I talked about is just online. It's just for 16 hours. The one for the health sector. So I don't know for your own department. MSc is not necessary in this perspective. Maybe in data analysis, perspective, project manager perspective, it might be relevant, but usually it's just some little certifications. Mohammed, is that okay, please?
So
Yeah,
Mohammed tagged something in the chat. Okay, so Mohammed, I think you can just speak to that. You said you don't have something.
yes, yeah, that's very informative. But I want to mention here that the certifications which you're telling, for example, in the area of project management, Prince 2 is quite, a thing which can land you a role. And that Prince 2 qualification, like, ask for like 3 to 6 months of commitment. My current visa restricts me to, get some part-time, what we can say, training or sort of that. So
What's the
within,
visa type? Sorry to interrupt you. What's your visa type?
I'm currently on the skilled worker visa and I'm looking to switch.
I don't know whether Omawumi knows and her team, but from my 3 years experience, this Omola Consulting, the reason why many people are working as clinical support worker is because of this thing Mohammed just said. That is why everybody are just doing, let my people go, let me just hide under something. When I have my papers, and I'll fly. So again, I don't know my limitations, so I would not really want to talk too deep, except the host want me to go all the way, and I'm happy to go all the way if they permit me. I don't want to, I'm just, yeah. If they permit me to go all the way, this is what I've been teaching for 3 years. I'll go all the way. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
Amola, you can share. You can go on and share.
okay. So in the United Kingdom, if you want to stay in United Kingdom, that is why people are working as clinical support workers. Not because they want to be clinical support workers. It's because that is what is fast. That is a job that most people give COS to. Don't get me wrong. They might be giving data analysts, project managers. I have clients come to me, Omola, help me get a job as a project manager. I told them I just came back from my training. I now train people to, yes, I now train people to become administrator, but truthfully, you might not get COS. But if you want me to train you on that pathway, I will train you. I will give you the knowledge. I will give you the material, but you might not get sponsorship. But if you want to get sponsorship, you need to work as a clinical support worker. That is why majority of people in UK are now working as clinical support worker for, I don't mean all that I know of. Knowledge so broad. But where my own knowledge has gotten to is what I'm talking about. I've been doing this since 2021. That's how many years? 5 years. Majority of people get jobs and switch quickly as clinical support workers because they are saving life. They want multiple people in the sector. So that is why people are working as clinical support worker for now. Later, when they have their ILR, they have their, they can now start exploring all of these beautiful things. Some clients will tell me that, oh, I can do it. Then later when I have my ILR, I'll go back to my project management. So if you want to work as a clinical support worker, you cannot do it remotely. You need to take care of people. You cannot do it remotely. You have to go to the hospital to do it. And they will train you on the job. Then the only certificate you need are the ones I've talked about. Your secondary school living certificate, a minimum in C in math and English, level 3 social care, and care certificates, and you can get this for £15. Disclaimer, I don't know them. I pray read.co.uk will know me one day and compensate me. I'm the ambassador, unpaid ambassador. These websites, a lot of people are in NHS just by this £15. It used to be £12. Those 2021, 2022, 2023, it just became 15 or 18 pounds recently. It is this certificate that many people are doing. Is that cheap? They will do it. It is not equivalent to anything. But 80% to 90% of NHS will accept you for who you are as a clinical support worker, knowing fully well that when you come to them, they will open a learning interface for you to do all the required certificates. Read. R-E-E-D. R-E-E-D .co.uk. REED.co.uk. This is where people are getting. If you look at the website now, click on health and social. Over six. Don't do the one of 800 though. Don't do the one of 400 pounds. Do the one of 15 pounds. If you look at it, all those expensive ones are 800, 500. Just few people did it. If you look at the one of 15 pounds, over 16,000. I'm sure my clients are over 5,000 in that 16,000. Some NHS will bounce you back and say, we want the national care certificate. We want but 80% will accept you for who you are. And if you do your supporting statement very well, you will get job. There are so many success stories that we have in our consulting firm. So many, the role of a clinical support worker role is what you do for yourself. Now you want to do it for others that cannot do it for themselves because they are sick. So anybody can be a clinical support worker. You will be true. I've been a nurse, by God's grace, since 2006. 26 years ago, I've been a registered nurse. When I got to this online certificate valid for 1 year, if it says 1 year, it is 1 year, but sometimes they don't write the validity. You use it to enter, then NHS will give you the real one, right? So I don't really worry about the expiry, because if you enter, you will get job before the 1 year. If you enter, you will get a new one. I've been a nurse since 2006. I even lectured nurses in Babcock University Teaching Hospital. I used to say it's one of the best universities in the world. I lectured 300 level to 500 level students. I have licenses. I'm a registered nurse Canada, registered nurse USA, registered nurse Nigeria, registered midwife, registered public health, registered. See, NHS still trained me from how to give paracetamol. NHS will train you regardless of registered. Look at all of this. I have a master's degree, PhD in view. They said, okay, you're welcome on board. They use it to place me on high scale salary, yes. But they trained me from how to do oral medications. They trained me from how to give paracetamol. NHS will train you. Let my people go. Do these certifications. Say your supporting statement very well. Time will not permit us. It's a whole class to talk about supporting statements. That is what I do in my consulting firm. But I have a lot of free services online, so you can benefit from that. If the host permit, I will share my handles for you. I have so many free services, but I have paid session, right? But I'm not going to talk about my paid session. That's not why we are here, except I'm permitted. If you tailor your application very well and you do these certificates I'm talking about, they will run after you the way they are running after my clients. Why? They need you more than how you need them. You only need COS. They need your blood. They need your water. They need you. They need you. The healthcare services is collapsing. They need people, but you need to do the job. You need to apply very, very well. Enter the system, then they will train you. Oh, Omola, I don't have healthcare experience, but can you bathe somebody? Can you feed somebody? Can you change a bed? Can you reposition somebody from the bed? Can you make tea for somebody? Can you do, are you okay? Are you all right? Do you want tea? Do you want coffee? And that's it. I'll wait for the next question. I'm sorry, I've been doing this for 5 years, so yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Omola, for that. So, guys, we're supposed to wrap up by 9 p.m., right? So that I can also walk you through the work experience program, especially for those asking questions about project management and other tech career paths, because we're very much aware that majority of the people on the call have also taken tech courses already. So, guys, I would still have to walk you through that. But okay, I'll take Naomi and I'll take Ade, and that will be all the questions. Then oh my God, Alima's hand is raised. Hi, Naomi.
Yeah, hi. Good evening. Please, my question is that for NHS job, when you go for an interview, what is the pass mark for you to be qualified for the job?
To God be the glory. I've been opportunity to conduct interview for NHS for 12 months. In my trust,
Okay.
and most NHS mimic themselves. Pass mark is 20 marks. So if you score 20, you get a job. But let's assume they want 2 people and 3 people scored 20. Now they have some things they used to disqualify one over the other. But in my previous trust, the pass mark is 20. But if you ask, okay, if what if all of us score 20, what will happen? Then I can go further. But it's 20 in my previous trust. Trust might differ, but majority of my friends are also working in senior levels like me. They also 20. So it is usually 20 marks.
20 marks. Okay. 20 over what? Or general 20 marks? Is it over something? Maybe
So in my
over
trust, we
100?
usually ask, we might trust, we usually ask 6 questions. One
Okay.
question is not marked. Describe yourself, talk about yourself is not marked. Then 5 question is marked. So they want you to score 20 over 25 in
Oh,
my
okay.
trust. I don't know about other
Okay.
trusts.
Oh, okay. And please, is
So one
all
question is
NHS.
5 marks.
Oh, okay. So is all NHS job that gives COS, or it depend on the band?
Beautiful question. Not all NHS jobs give COS. Also, if they give you COS, job is not band 3, home office might not give you visa. So getting COS is complicated, getting visa is complicated. That's why I usually tell my clients, always apply for jobs that are band 3s, that are permanent, and that are full-time. So if you apply for, see, this is a big class, which maybe if time permits, we can talk about it in future. You have to apply for band 3 jobs minimum. Don't apply for band 2 jobs, because even if they give you home office, might disqualify you because of the new threshold, right? It has to be a permanent role and it has to be a full time.
Okay. Okay. Please, can you share your handle?
So
Hi, Omola. So yeah, we're going to put it in the chat right here. Omola,
Okay.
you can also type it,
Please, thank you very
or my
much.
colleague would type it in the chat. So yeah, on the conversation around handle and resource sharing, guys, if you've not filled the attendance form, we will not be able to send you the session link. I'm sure you'd want to rewatch this, and I'm sure you'd want to also have resources and also Omola's contact. Please, we'll be sending all these via email in case there are some questions that we can't take all on the call. We have over 70 people on this call, and I can already guess, because when I was taking the last 2 questions, I didn't see Mohammed's hand, Ade's hand, and okay, Anima raised her hand later, right? So I know that some people would still have questions to ask. We might not be able to spare 3 hours. We can be here for 3 hours, 4 hours, right? So because of those questions that you might still have, even after the session, I would encourage you to fill the attendance form. This session link will be sent. Contact details for Omonla will be attached to the email that will be sent. The slide not the slide, the NHS organizations that are currently hiring, different trusts and all that, will be sent to your email also, as well as interview guide and supporting statement. Please ensure you fill the attendance form. I mentioned that we had a session last weekend. It was pretty much on cover letter and supporting statements. So I still have resources from that we would still like to share with you. So ensure you fill the attendance form pretty much. And yeah, so I'll just take the 3 other hands that I see up: Ade, Diron, Halima, and also Mohammed. Guys, I won't take any other hand after them, so that I can walk you through the CV Matchly AI tool also, that helps you tailor your CV to different jobs that you're applying to. I would walk you through the read.co.uk platform that was shared also, and show you how this particular AI Chrome extension also fits perfectly to you being able to use it on the platform. So just stick around, because we'll just use about 15 minutes to wrap up on that end after the questions are taken. But if your question is not taken on this call, please ensure you fill the attendance form. Every resource will be sent. Fred says, how do I fill the attendance form? This is it, Fred. So let me just copy and paste it. My colleague has been dropping it. My colleague is on the call as Amdari Growth. But let me just copy it and drop. So let's take the next question from Ade. Hi, Ade. Please, can you go on?
Yeah, hello, guys. Thank you, Omola, for such a really revealing session. Please, Omola, my question is, well, I think I missed the the link which you said you're going to that people can like get themselves trained on in terms of like for clinical roles. What link is it?
reed.co.uk. Thank you, Jesus, for this time. Let's see in the name of Jesus.
Okay. So for read, you can get yourself trained on.
Level 3, you will now type, you click on courses,
Yeah.
then you type health and social care,
Oh,
and
okay.
don't do the expensive ones. I can
Okay.
send the direct link to the that you know the one you should
Okay.
do. Read.co.uk, type courses in the search bar, type health and social care. You will see some very expensive ones. Don't bother. Just do the
Okay.
just do the £15 or £18 one.
Okay, and they are relevant anyway.
Sure.
Like
Like I
it
said,
can be used anyway.
80%.
Okay.
80% will take you for who you are. Some people will bounce you back that they want the real ones, and the real ones is only gotten if you work in NHS. So yeah,
Thank you very much. That's all my questions. Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much, Ade and Omola, for that. So hi, Halima. Hello, Halima, are you there?
I'm there. Good evening. Can you hear me, please?
Good evening. Yes, we can.
I'm currently a student running my master's program. I'm doing MBA currently. So I would like to join the internship program, but I have a question for Omonla, because she mentioned that to be frank, one has to go into the health sector to get COS after school or something, just to have a stable feet first in the country, then you can now move to whatever you want to do later. So my question now is, from what she said, those roles can only be given to someone that can work permanently, and because of the restriction on student and visa that is only 20 hours per week, I'll not be able to apply for permanent job. So I want to ask her, then I'm interested in her consulting as well. What would she advise me to do for now? Is it to get all those certificates ready, or there are other things I need to do so that as soon as I'm done with the masters, I can just go ahead with my application? I'm supposed to round up towards the end of the year. Actually, this is my second semester, so I have one more semester to go. So that's my question.
Thank you for the question. So students don't need a switch now. Of course, last, all of us need a switch. But students don't currently need a switch. So you can apply for part-time roles. So instead of clicking on permanent, instead of clicking on full-time, you can click on permanent. You can apply for banks. You will see healthcare support worker, bank staff. You can apply for those ones, so that by God's grace, when you enter into the NHS, you can even use it. Before you can even start working, you will still need to do those trainings for NHS, right? Do those trainings I told you to go and do on read.co.uk, the one of just £15. Enter into NHS as 20 hours part-time bank staff. Then you will the trainings, the real ones. You use the opportunity of your 20 hours. They will still make you do those trainings. Even though your job is 20 hours, you will do it before you touch patients or along the line. Then you keep all those ones aside. As soon as your school is remaining 6 months or 3 months, then you start applying for full-time. Do you understand? By then, you would have gotten NHS experience. Oh, I currently work in NHS. I've gotten all the certification competencies signed off in NHS. I've clinical NHS, and it will boost your chances. And even when you're applying, they usually ask, the first question is usually, do you work for us? Second question is, do you work in any NHS? And also in the application form, there is a place I will say, do you work with any NHS? Put the year and month. So all of these things will boost your chances of being called for interview. Later on, when you want to start applying for full-time jobs, they will recognize your previous experience. They will recognize your national certificates.
Okay. So I'll be waiting for the your contact so that I can have more one-on-one with you. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you
You're
very much,
welcome, ma.
Halima, for that. So, last question of the day from Mohammed. Thank you so much for your time so far, Omola. We really appreciate you being here. Hi, Mohammed. Can you go on, please?
Hi, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate you, Amola, for your experience and your input. My brief question is, as an NHS recruiter, if you were advising any aspiring security operations center analyst from Nigeria with Computer Security Plus certification, hackathon participation, and a home lab, a built-in home lab, what would be the next three things you would do to become a competitive for an interview? That is my question.
Say that again, sir. I'm sorry.
All right, I said as an NHS recruiter, if you were advising an aspiring security operation center analyst from Nigeria with Computer Security Plus certification, some hackathons participation, and a build home lab. So, what would be the next three things you would do to become competitive for an interview or a job ready? I hope you
If
got
you
my
asked
question
me
now.
this question, yes, sir. If you ask me this
Okay.
question in 2024, I would say nothing. That what you have just said is enough. But as far as I know of, I don't know of your department,
Mm,
but from my own department,
okay.
NHS is not recruiting from
Yeah.
outside United Kingdom. I don't know anything about your department. Omowumi might have more answers.
Okay.
But what you have said to me, if they are recruiting from
Mm,
outside, it's
okay.
enough. You know, they recruited me from country Nigeria, right? With what I have, they brought me here. They even paid for
Yes.
my flights. They paid for my 3 month free accommodation. But since
Yes.
2024, they stopped recruiting from outside United Kingdom in health sector. I don't know about your own sector. I like saying what I'm 100% sure of.
Sure.
100%, they
Yeah.
are not recruiting for healthcare sector from outside United Kingdom. I don't know about your sector.
Okay.
But if they are recruiting from your sector, what you just said is
Okay.
enough. Make sure you tailor your CV or your supporting statement to what they are looking for and how you have gotten it.
Mm,
And most importantly, pray. Master key. So pray
okay.
about it, and it's good enough if they are recruiting from outside UK. But for health sector, currently since 2024, they are not recruiting clinical support worker from outside United Kingdom.
I don't know if it will be possible if you can check out from our department if maybe they are still hiring from Nigeria or they considered.
Amawumi, do you know? But I don't think so. Amawumi, are they
So,
recruiting?
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right, so it's
Thank you.
actually from the SOC sector, that's cybersecurity, by the way. So Mohammed would come to that shortly. Bisola, I see your message in the chat. You would receive this from me personally tomorrow. Okay, just fill the attendance form. You would receive it. Sometimes it goes to junk folder. We've gotten this feedback from before. It goes to junk folder, but trust me, we've changed the email platform so that you can receive it via your direct email. So just ensure you fill the attendance form. But I think you said you filled it already, which is great. So yes, for the tech sector, by the way, thank you so much, Omonla. It's been a pleasure, having you here. So guys, this is going to be the end of our conversation with Omola. Like I said, I promise that we're going to be done with the Q&A by 9 so that we can wrap up by 9:30. And I'm sure that there might be one or two more questions which you can book our clarity session to ask. Then the email you would receive also to make it easy for you to contact Omonla should you want to reach out to her. Right. And like I said earlier, the website she also mentioned, apart from read.co.uk, she also mentioned a couple of other websites which is Track Jobs, NHS Scotland, and also better.jobs.nhs.uk. So you would receive this in your email. The session recording also is going to be sent to your email. But guys, please, I want us to show a whole lot of appreciation to Omola for gracing our session today. It's been a pleasure having you in our midst. We really appreciate you taking out the time to come share your knowledge and, from your wealth of knowledge, honestly, as it relates to the NHS with our audience. It's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for your time, Omola. We definitely appreciate you. Guys, let me see so much appreciation, but I see it already.
Thank you
Amazing.
so much for having
Omola, do you want to
me.
say something?
Thank you so much. No, I just said thank you so much for having me. When you contacted me, I said no because, like I told you, I lost my mom. I'm in Nigeria for burial rights, but I'm passionate about helping people grow in their career. That's why I devoted this time to be here for you to know how much I'm passionate about people growing. Let us be at the top of the sectors in this foreign land because we have all it takes. I would have said no. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the job well done, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank
And
you
God bless
so much. Thank
everybody.
you so
God will
much.
help every one of us. Amen.
Thank you so much, Omola. We really appreciate you, and we're so sorry for your loss.
It's
And we
okay.
hope you're enjoying your stay in Nigeria.
God bless you. God bless you. May the
Yeah.
burial go successfully,
Sorry for the
okay?
loss. God be with the
Sorry.
family
We had
and
to
Thank
uphold you
unmute
you.
all.
because of what you just said. I came back April. The same thing happened to me. God bless you. You take care of yourself, by the way.
Thank you so much, Amala. Thank
All
you.
right, bye,
Bye.
guys.
So, guys, we'll be sharing her contact with you guys so you can reach out to her. Now, just to wrap up, so let me just quickly walk us through the work experience program and how you can definitely enroll in it. So a lot has been said on the call today, and especially for people who are just joining Amdari session for the first time. So just give me 15 minutes of your time, guys, and we will wrap up. So speaking of work experience, is my screen up, guys? Can anyone see my screen? Okay, I think it's coming up now. All right. So Omola has shared so much in terms of work experience, how to navigate the UK NHS sector, and also the question from Mohammed Munir, which is centered around being a cybersecurity analyst under Security Operations Center and trying to get a job from Nigeria. So I believe that means you're in Nigeria at the moment. So one thing I can tell you is for tech roles, you can get a job from outside of Nigeria. She mentioned something. She said she was able to get her own nursing role from outside of the UK. That was as far back as, I think she said 2021 or 2024, but before 2024, right? So for me, I got my own tech role from Nigeria also. That job eventually sponsored my relocation, right? So one thing I need you to know is the jobs from outside the UK exist, and you can get it. Just be skilled. Just be good at your job. And it doesn't take too much to be skilled. The bar is very low. I tell people this. Don't take a course and just assume that that is all the effort you have to put in. With tech roles, you need to be skilled. You don't need 3-4 years experience with tech roles. As long as you have proof of work, projects you've done, whether it's in the project management sector, business analysis sector, data science, or whatever field, rather, not sector, guys, field, right? As long as you are good, you have proof of work, you will be able to transition and get the job. And I mentioned earlier that I'll be playing a couple of videos for us just so you can see some of our interns who have been successful in this. So let me show you. And it's come with visa sponsorship. Yes, the same Security Operations Center that Mohammed has a question about, that's the same role that one of our interns, although he didn't get the job from outside of Nigeria, right? He got it whilst in the UK. So it's still advisable that being in the UK makes it easy. But am I saying it's not possible to get a tech role that even eventually comes with sponsorship from outside of the UK? It's possible, right? Just not, I mean, you have to prove to me that you're worth the cost, because the paperwork, the cost of getting you down to the UK flight and everything is a lot. So I need to be sure that you are worth that cost and I can invest that much, because based off your skill and everything I can see, you can deliver. So with the work experience program at Amdari, it's quite interesting. Now, in the internship, you work on 5 to 6 projects within 4 months. These 5 to 6 projects are from industries that are relevant to your own field. So if you're in data analytics, for example, you'd work on projects from the NHS, the healthcare sector, fintech. You'd work on projects in you'd work on projects from supply chain management. Like I said, industries that have high hiring demand for you. The same thing with project management, business analysis, and you name it. Now, apart from the fact that you work on these projects, you also get your CVs revamped, your LinkedIn optimized, and you are prepped for every interview. So you don't have to figure things out alone. Now, we also support you with job application. So for every job you're applying to, we would support you. And for everybody on the call today, if you're able to secure your spot tonight, one of the advantages that comes with it is you will be handed over to our offshoot service that purely focuses on helping people apply to jobs. So they apply to jobs on your behalf. And what this means for you is you will be guaranteed of interviews, at least 2 interviews. Now, not just interviews. The beautiful thing about Amdari is you're skilled, you're built to become solid in this field. So when you're interviewed, they are not speaking to somebody who cannot convince them, and your ability to convince them ultimately means getting the job is easy. So you don't need to be interviewed 5-10 times. I've spoken to most of our interns who say this was my first ever interview and I got the job, like a lot of them. And I'll play a video for us. Like I said, 2 videos actually. One, the one that got visa sponsorship, the second one from an expectant mom. Actually, she interned with us when she was heavily pregnant, and she gave birth while in the program, but she got a job even though she was going through all this pregnancy, 9 to 5, and then internship on top of it, and she got a job whilst in the program. So this is Jerry. He interned with us as a data analyst. At the time he interned with us, he was living in the UK. Okay, so that was last year, by the way. Now he moved to Canada this year, February, and he got a job 2 weeks after relocating to Canada. I'll show you what he said. But this was when he got a job with the civil service. And he said, just wanted, hi, Emeka. So Emeka is his team lead. That's his mentor. So he says, hi, Emeka. Just wanted to officially let you know that I have landed a data analyst role within the civil service. And it's a level promotion too. I was asked to prepare a presentation on any data analysis project. I edited and submitted our first project. Saved me a lot of time and gave me confidence. Also spoke about the SQL project when they asked about data acquisition. Thank you so much for your mentorship, Emeka. Take your flowers, I beg. So just the same way we brought Omonla to the call today, based off the experience working in the health NHS sector and all that. That's the same way you have mentors specific to your field working with you. So imagine having someone like Omonla working with you Mondays to Fridays in the internship program at Amdari, right? They work with you Mondays to Fridays, and this is their own full-time job. So you have that kind of access to them just through the internship program that we have going on at Amdari. Now, you see right here that Jerry got a job with the civil service in the UK, but his LinkedIn currently says data sync analyst with Alberta Blue Cross, obviously, which is Calgary, Alberta, Canada, right? That's because he relocated this year, and he sent a reference request to us, which reads, and it was addressed to Efemena, the other co-founder of Amdari, and it reads, hi, hello, Efemena. I hope you're doing well. I recently moved to Canada about 2 weeks ago, and I've secured a role in the meantime as a data entry specialist with Alberta Blue Cross, which is what you see on his LinkedIn today. For the application, I listed my role as a data consultant. Sorry, I listed my role at Amdari as a data consultant, and I have now completed the reference section and included your details as referee. So you see, he did not have to take 8 months, 1 year to break into the tech sector in Canada. They tell you something. Honestly, I feel like there's so many advice out there that it's easy to get distracted, confused, that you don't even know what exactly is factual. But one thing I can tell you, if you don't take anything away from the session today, take away the fact that the jobs exist. Take away the fact that tech roles sponsor. Take away the fact that as long as you are good, you will get the job. Take away the fact that companies are hiring and they need you. They need you. The only reason why you feel like you are at their mercy is because you're not the only one applying. The same way Munir is applying, Sylvia is applying, Chinedu is applying, Mohammed is applying, Halima is applying, everybody is applying to that job. So you feel like, oh, I'm at their mercy. That's because if you're not good, they can speak to Chinedu. If Chinedu is not good, they can speak to Sylvia, right? That's why you feel like you're at their mercy. But I promise you, they need you, right? They need you because a problem exists. That's why that job vacancy exists. They didn't create that job vacancy because, oh, it would be fancy and cool to have a business analyst on our team. Oh, it would be so fancy and cool to have a project manager. No, it exists because they are hiring. Tech sector, fintech, healthcare sector as a tech professional. They are recruiting and they are also sponsoring. Now, this is Abisoye. He got a job with the NHS as a cybersecurity analyst. This is it. Royal Devon University Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. That's the name of the company that hired him. And he's currently working with them as a cybersecurity analyst. So this is to Mohammed Munir, who had a question to ask earlier around, oh, can they sponsor me from outside? And you were speaking specific to SOC. This guy interned with us at Amdari as a SOC analyst. And that was September last year. He was done with his internship March this year. But look at it. The same March this year, he got a job with Royal Devon University Healthcare Foundation Trust. Let me show you something. This is his LinkedIn. You can do a screenshot. Check him out. This is his. I got this screenshot from his page. Right now, this was when they requested for reference. That's the NHS trust that reached out to hire him. Before they hired him, they reached out to us at Amdari. And you can see they said right here, hello, or rather, dear Efemena Ipro, again, the other co-founder of Amdari. Abisoye Oyebode, of course, has applied to the role of a cybersecurity specialist with the Royal Devon University Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust and has provided your name as a referee. Please click the link below to complete the reference. And that's just it. Thank you for taking your time to complete the reference, blah, blah, blah. And then the contact details of the recruitment team, because apparently this is something that is auto-generated from their career gateway system. So if you want to reach out to them, you now reach out to this one. What am I trying to say? This reference was provided, and long story short, the guy is working with them today as the same job title that they reached out to us to give him reference for, right? So a lot of people are getting jobs with the NHS from just interning at Amdari. Jobs exist. The pathway is there with tech. You can get in. And it comes with sponsorship, yes. That's why I will play Pedro's video for us so that you guys know that it is not just via, if you've taken a tech course, trust me, you are on the right path. As long as you're good, as long as you're skilled, it is very, very possible. It's very easy. Okay, so this is Sandra. She interned with us as a GRC analyst under cybersecurity, got a job with Hello DPO as data protection paralegal. See, and this was when she requested for reference also from this person, that's the director of Hello DPO, Jenai Nisim. It came in September 2025, right? Hi, Efemena, we have been passed your details by Sandra Udushola. She has advised that you will be able to provide a professional reference for us. Please, can you confirm details of her start and end date, her role title, and any other details you may want to provide? And guess what? This is it on her page now. She got the job with them. She's working with Hello DPO today as the same job title that they had reached out to us to say, oh, this person is trying to get a job. Like I said, I'm going to, so these are just more people. This is for IT project management. She's currently working with Ecos IT Limited in the UK. Her name is Betty Okwidadi. You can also look her up. This is for another job title, data analyst, intern with us as data analyst consultant. And by the way, we don't call you interns. We call you consultants, right? And she got a job with Renewable Parts in 3 months. Right, so all the guys have shown us so far, they get the job in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months, or a month after doing the internship. So let's listen to Pedro because he got a visa sponsorship role as a SOC analyst. And I want us to listen to him just 2 minutes and then I will be back, okay? So please, if there is no audio, kindly call my attention to it. So let's just quickly, I see your hand raised, Grace, and I will definitely take it, okay? Okay. Why is it taking time to come on? Just a minute, guys.
Pedro, for doing
So I
this
think,
with
okay,
us.
thank you.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us. And congratulations on landing the cybersecurity role. Is it SOC or what's the job title?
It's OT security specialist, but more of OT security. So it's cybersecurity, but in operations technology.
Amazing. And it came with visa sponsorship, correct?
Yes, yes. Role
Yeah.
has-
Let me blow some confetti, imaginary confetti. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right. So I would like to know how your experience, right, the work experience at Amdari helped you go from being a job seeker to becoming job ready, right? From the mentorship to the project. How did the work experience help you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Okay, so for starters, in my IT career, I've been more of a lone wolf. I like to study on my own, do my certifications, but moving to the UK, I realized that I had to change. I knew I needed some form of mentorship, and that's how I stumbled into Amdari. And yes, the program helped. It provided some guided mentorship that helped me determine the road that was suitable for me and how to navigate to the next chapter. I was already in employment, but I knew I needed to pivot. And yes, the Amdari experience was very important, and it contributed to me landing this new role.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, Pedro. So what specific aspect of this internship would you say helped you ace your interview?
Okay. For starters, Amdari helped. They have several services. I think the very first one I opted for was this rebuild. That is very, very important. And after the session, my CV got a lot better. I knew I was getting a lot more interviews, but I was really picky about the companies I wanted to join. So the CV rebuild was very, very good. And when I did get called for this interview, they also helped with interview preparation sessions. That was very good. That's put me in the right place to predict questions that were going to be asked, and that really helped to land the role. Then the experience with Amdari was amazing. I was in the SOC analysts cohorts. We dabbled into several projects, ranging from SIM analysis, we're building VMs and doing malware analysis. And yes, I mentioned that during my interview, and yes, it really did help.
Okay, so let's stop it right there because of time. So that's actually Pedro's story. So like I said, he got the job and he came with sponsorship, and that's all purely from the work experience. And he got that in his last month in the program. That was December 2025 stroke January this year. So once you're enrolled in the program, of course, this is Amdari, you become a consultant. And then you would work with this person Mondays to Fridays. Like I said, imagine working with someone like Omonla, but in your tech sector, right? In the tech field that you're trying to get a job in. So you work with these guys Mondays to Fridays, not 9 to 5, because we understand that you already have your 9 to 5. We understand that you already have your, it might even be school, right? And other busy schedules. So starting now, even if you're in school and you're trying to, or you're on PSW visa right now, trust me, it's a countdown. So how do you build the kind of technical skill that would make it easy for you to land the kind of role that you desire, right? So you don't have to do care job for long. So you work with this guy Mondays to Fridays, and working with this guy means you guys would focus on those 5 projects I've been speaking about. The 5 projects from industries like healthcare, fintech, supply chain management, IT, edtech, even infrastructure and real estate, just name it, even the legal profession, right? You work on projects like this alongside your teammates and your team lead. You're not figuring things out alone. You're not left in isolation to try and solve the problem yourself. No, you have a mentor working with you for that 4 months, and you have a team. So because of time, I'm not sure I'll be able to play this video, but this was one of our interns who got a job, right, whilst in the program. Her name is Faith. She interned with us as a business analyst, got a job, and she literally shared the experience. So the people she was sharing this with, everybody you see on this page, on my tile, they are all enrolled interns. They are not at the point of deciding to do the internship. No, they already enrolled. But we brought somebody like their senior colleague who has gone through this journey that they were about to embark on, to speak to them and let them know that, you see, this decision you made to start your internship with Amdari, it is not a wrong one, because it comes with so many advantages. And one of the major ones is getting a job, right? We support you from the CV we revamp for you by week 5, not at the end of the internship, no. Week 5, LinkedIn optimized by the same period. And then your page also, your interview prep is also a guaranteed one. So you have interview prep with us the entire time. Okay, so she spoke at this activation summit. This is one of the co-founders, Adeza Suleiman. This is the other co-founder, Ifemena Ipro. This is myself, of course. And then this is the employability team lead, right? The people who are in charge of helping you with everything that has to do with your job application. Okay, so Once you're enrolled in the program, you already know you work with a mentor. The other person you work with is the employability team, the people fixing your CV, optimizing your LinkedIn, helping you navigate the UK job market. How do you apply? Where do you look, right? Someone asked a question in the chat, and for whatever reason, I can't even see it again. So, but thankfully, I was able to read it. So I think it was something around how do you get NHS jobs? I would show you shortly, right? So this person, the employability team, works with you to fix your CV and everything that I have mentioned. And we're in partnership with CV Matchly. It's an AI Chrome extension that helps you revamp and tailor your CV, gives you a supporting statement tailored to that job. Guys, you don't have to lift a finger, you don't have to stress yourself. Just make sure it has your profile, because with Amdari internship, you have a free portfolio website, free access to job board where different jobs are posted, from jobs that are gotten from the NHS job boards to civil service job board to even read.co.uk job board. All these platforms, Indeed, all the platforms, major platforms, everything consolidated to one platform instead of you going to this platform, going to that platform. This platform, that Amdari dashboard, fetches jobs every day. I'll show you that. It fetches jobs every day and you're able to easily apply to jobs from there. So let me just quickly show you what that looks like. So it fetches job for you every day and you're able to apply from there. And apart from fetching this job every day, another good thing about it is you have a free portfolio website which you have access to for life even after the internship. You know how you need to build a website to just document what you're doing or use GitHub? You don't need all that. This platform is documenting. If you work on any project outside of Amdari, you can also upload it right there. Okay, so I want to take us to the dashboard. Once you're enrolled in the program, the dashboard access is automatically unlocked and you have access to the portfolio website, you have access to the job board, you have access also to take crash courses for free, different tech crash courses. So just give me a minute, I know it's taking time. So you would see it right here, the portfolio website. Oh, I don't like this template. You can switch off the templates. We always have different templates for you to work with. So that's the beautiful thing about the work experience at Amdari. So I know it's still loading, but I'll just quickly show us how exactly to secure our spots in the program and be a part of the next internship cohort, because the next one is happening on the 8th of August. It's starting on the 8th of August. The guys I showed us from my previous slide, those are guys who enrolled to start in July, right? They started just a few weeks ago. 4th of July was when they started. So let's say they've completed their first week in the program. So yes, this is what the dashboard looks like. Then you come to, you can see portfolio right here. So it's still loading. I think my network is not so strong tonight, so pardon me, guys, for some weird reason. Okay. So I just want to show you guys the portfolio website, but it's taking forever. Then the CV Matchly platform, we are in partnership with them. So this platform, you don't pay a dime to use them. It's a paid AI platform. You know how it is now. You're generating stuff. The AI platform is going to definitely say you're out of token and all that. So this is what CV Matchly platform looks like. But we have a different link for partnership. So you use that link, you don't get debited. You have access to use CV Matchly for free for 3 months. Like I said, it helps you write your supporting statement, your cover letter, tailored to that job you're applying to. It helps you fix your CV. It can work on read.co.uk. If I come to read.co.uk now, so now this is read.co website. All right. So before I show you read.co, right, how you use CV Matchly is you create your account by clicking on Get Started. Your account is created. It tells you to add CV Matchly to your Chrome extension, guys. And this right here, I have to share my entire screen. So it gives you access to, so I want to show you guys this too. It's a very good tool, guys, and I wouldn't want you to miss this at all. So please just ensure you stick around. Let me stop sharing so I can reshare my screen. So this is a very, very good tool. And like I said, you use it for free for 3 months. For free for 3 months, guys. Just a minute. Okay. So I'll just share my entire screen. And then, because if I share my entire screen, you guys will not be able to see what I want to show us. So, okay. Let's just see this. I think I'm sharing everything. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys would be able to see it all now. It's coming up, guys. I can't see my screen yet. Okay, yeah, it's up now. All right. So once you come here, if you can't see my screen, you can let me know, okay? So we can click on any job from here and just say maybe project manager. And then we search, right? This is for read.co.uk. You can come to NHS jobs also, okay? And it's the same thing, right? You can click on, let's say we click on data analyst and you click on search. Now, remember I said something. I said, this is CV Matchly website. You create your account. It tells you to add it to your Chrome extension right here. Can you see my Chrome extension? Now, I have pinned it. That's why you see CV Matchly here. So this is the logo. So this is CV Matchly. This is the logo. So because it's pinned, it is right here. So I can easily invoke it and I can use it on any job board. Now, let's say I'm invoking it right here. Now, if I click on this, why is it not responding? Did I uninstall it by mistake? Okay. So I think I uninstalled it by mistake or something because it should respond to my click. I'll check out that. If I'm unable to demo it for you on this call, let me see. I think it's a glitch because it should respond to my click from here. I don't know why it's not responding. So yes, not to take our time. So once you click on the job that you want to apply to, you can see a data analyst role from here. So this is NHS jobs, for example. Now we've clicked to apply to this role. Now, once you click on this, you just come here and click on CV Matchly. It is going to, okay, it's fine now. So it is going to show you this pop-up. From this pop-up, guys, you can see that it's telling me the CV I'm using is a 70% match, and it should be a 90% match because 15 keywords are missing. I only have 6 keywords that is a match. Of course, guys, you're seeing it like this because I have already uploaded my CV. Remember, so for you, you'll be uploading your CV for the first time. So it is telling me that this company is sponsoring. Can you see? And the route is skilled worker route. So you can see it all here. So the part where my CV is currently falling short, it is listing it. So do I have to copy this content, go paste it? No, I don't have to do that. You can see NHS blood and transplant, healthcare, Excel, data governance, business intelligence. These are the keywords that is supposed to match this job description that I currently do not have. So this particular CV Matchly is helping me pinpoint all the things that I can do better. And I said it earlier, you would also have a supporting statement created for you. You would also have the personal specification properly put together for you, so it's easy for you to use. So this platform is free for you for 3 months, as long as you're an intern at Amdari. So you click on Optimize CV and it is going to generate. Can you see? It is optimizing my CV and it is going to generate an optimized and tailored CV that I can use to apply to this job role at NHS Blood and Transplant company, right? So you see senior data analyst role. I can use it to apply to this job. That's how smart this tool is. It lets me know they're sponsoring. It lets me know the salary is above the threshold. And it fixes my CV. So I am not just saying that, oh, I can apply. Oh, they are sponsoring. What about my CV? Is it good enough for this application? That is what CV Matchly helps you do. So you can see it's still optimizing. It will be done in about a few seconds. So once it's done, I can easily just download it and use it to apply. You don't need to touch anything else. It is that smart and intelligent. See, optimization complete, download CV, and it's in PDF format. And this is it. It has downloaded my CV, guys. Right? It has already revamped and downloaded my CV. This is the revamped version. And it puts it in a good format, so it's easy for you. And if you choose to copy and paste, you can still do that. But trust me, you can just use that CV to now click on apply. Now, you can't invoke CV Matchly except you are in the job description page. You have to be in the job posting page because it needs to match the CV you have uploaded with what this job is asking for. We would walk you through it once you're enrolled. You don't need to have everything figured out on this call, but still going to walk you through the process. So every intern at Amdari, so let me stop sharing the entire screen so that it doesn't keep looking messy. Yeah, so every intern at Amdari currently uses CV Matchly, and because we are partnering with them, we only have 10 more slots left. Like I said, it's a paid platform, but we are in partnership with them, and that's why we got to have about 40 slots for our interns, but 30 is already taken at the moment. Do you train new computer? No, we don't. You need to have gotten training in any kind. Do you train new computer science graduates with no certification to okay, computer science graduates? Do you have any area of specialization under computer science? Because computer science is like the bigger umbrella, right? And it doesn't speak to specialization or being skilled. So have you taken any course in data science, data analytics, data engineering? If you've done any of that, that would be great. So Ngozi, I am getting to that right about now. I'm already sharing my screen, but for some reason it's not showing. So guys, if you'd like to join the August cohort, enrollment is on. The next cohort is 8th of August. Oh my God, I didn't realize that I didn't fix that. The next cohort is 8th of August, not July, okay? And enrollment fee is £800. But we're running a discount and it allows you pay £600, 600 only. Now you can split it to three installments rather. That's 200, 200, 200. If you want to do one-time payment, you pay lesser than 600, you pay 500. So that's you saving 300 instead of saving 200. Okay, one-time payment is £500, but installment payment is £600, which you pay in 200, 200, 200 installments across 3 months, not across 3 weeks, not across 3 days. It is across 3 months. And this is a zero risk promise, guys. I understand that we can have our doubts, we can have our fears. Oh, what if everything that is being said on this call is not factual? I would show you right now how this is very safe for you to embark on. Okay, so I'm going to show you something real quick. And like I said at the start of this, one of the major things you're getting out of enrolling today is that we have an offshoot service which applies to job on your behalf. And for everybody who enrolls today, I will make sure that you get this service. We will take the burden of you applying. Amdari internship does not come with applying for you guys, no. But we give you the CV Matly platform. It makes your life easy. It tailors your CV to all the jobs you're applying to. But enrolling today will mean that we will apply to jobs on your behalf until you get interviews. That's what I was saying. Until you get interviews. And we're so sure that you're skilled, because the essence of this internship is for you to become great at the job, right? So we have no doubt. You would learn, you would grow, you would practicalize in this internship. So when the interview comes, it's easy for you to ace it, because again, we are prepping you for the interview. In addition to every supporting document, every supporting, guidance and assistance that you would receive. So I said this is a zero risk promise. So what do I mean exactly? Now let's come to the internship page, okay? I'll come back to showing you what the portfolio website looks like. I know I did that earlier. So don't worry, guys. I'll come back. So it doesn't. I won't close this page. Let's just open the new internship page. So the enrollment link, my colleague is going to drop it in the chat, but I'm also going to drop it for you regardless. Now, once you click on the enrollment link, you will get redirected to a page you see on my screen. Don't worry, this is the portfolio website. Like I said, I'll come back here. We're coming back. So once you click on the enrollment link, you'll be redirected to this page. On this page, please select the program you want to enroll for. Is it project management? Is it business analysis? Is it data? Now, anyone, click on apply here. Once you click on apply here, you will get redirected, okay, to the page that shows you a little bit more detail about the internship program. You can read more about it, to see the tools that you would cover, to listen to the other co-founder of Amdari, Ifemena Ipro, to see the skills that you would learn in the course of this internship. And these are some of the mentors. Remember I said the same way you spoke to a very smart mind like Omola, we have amazing smart professionals in this program. They work with you Mondays to Fridays. Now, if you're in for project management, your team lead can be Hope, or your team lead can be Blessing. All right, these are specialists that currently work with our interns Monday to Friday. If your team lead is not Blessing, your team lead can be Brown, right? If your team lead is not Brown, your team lead can be Ibrahim. These are different professionals that we have in the program, smart professionals that work with you. These guys are not mentoring you based on, oh, I am here on volunteer base. No, this is their full-time job. Working with you, helping you gain experience is their full-time job. Supporting your job application process, that's their full-time job. So they would assist you and ensure that you get the best out of this internship. They meet with you twice every week. But the other 3 days of the week that you guys don't have meetings, you can work on your task. And remember, I said you're not working alone or in isolation. You also have a team, right? And every project you work on, there is also stakeholder presentation. Okay, so click on apply now. Once you click on apply now, you are redirected to the page where you can secure your spot. Now let's take a look at what I meant earlier when I said zero risk promise. It's going to be right here. Okay, yeah, we're here now. So if you're joining me from the UK, like I said earlier, I know most of the people on the call are joining from the UK. So select August UK as when you want to start. If you want to start later, the discount still applies. This discount of 800, 600 is just for this week. It is closing on Friday. So from Saturday, it goes back to £800. Okay, so click on August or click on September as when you want to start. Right, scroll down. Do you want to pay full payments, which means 500, or do you want to pay in installments, which means 600? And that is 200, 200, 200 for 3 months, right? So click on the payment plan that works for you, or do you want to do 10 installments? And that's weekly, which is £70 every week. But of course, we recommend either full payment or 3 installments because you get to pay lesser. So click on proceed to payment. Now, once you click on proceed, this is just a summary of your personal details. But what I said earlier about zero, now, because your first installment is today, 15th of July, means your next installment by default is 15th of August. So just click on edit and select ending of August as your next installment date. Now, why am I saying this? In case you have your doubts, your fears, like this is what these people would typically say, you get into the program and it's not what you signed up for. It's not what they said it would be. The internship starts on 8th. Your second payment being due on 31st means you would have experienced Amdari for 3 whole weeks, almost 4, right? Almost 4 weeks. You'd have experienced Amdari. You would have completed 1 project. Yes, because each project is typically 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? You'd have completed 1 project, going on your second project. If your first project is just 2 weeks, it means you're 1 week into your second project. And you would have seen if truly Amdari is what it is said to be. And we have no fear. Trust me, we have no fear or doubt that you're going to love the experience. So that's why we make it so flexible. Now click on I confirm my information is correct. I have read the terms and condition. Ensure you click on it to read it. You can read details, refund policy and everything. Okay, then click on pay now. Okay, click on pay now. So once you click on pay now, you get redirected to the checkout page. On the checkout page, it's quite simple. All you're doing is filling your card details. All you're doing is filling your card details. So I won't be filling an actual card detail because of time. I will just show you how to wrap up from a video that is already pre-recorded, okay? So, but like I said, just fill in your card details and then click on pay. So let's come here. Let's pretend I have filled in my card details, okay? So let's put this on ×2. Okay, so let's imagine I have filled in my card details. Yeah, it tells me processing after I click on pay, and you get redirected automatically to this enrollment form page. Please fill the enrollment form with your personal details like skill level, beginner, intermediate. It really doesn't matter. This internship is still going to hold your hands. Country of residence, are you in the UK? Select it. Are you in Ireland? Select it. Then gender, male or female? Select it. How did you find out about Amdari? Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever. What influenced your decision? Oh, the desire to get a skilled worker visa in the tech sector, right? You can type it there, whatever your reason actually. Then which of our sessions influenced your decision? Now, by virtue of being on the call with me today, please select the Job Access Summit. It is going to be part of the drop down. The call you're on today is the Job Access Summit that we've had with Amdari and Omonla, of course. So please select the Job Access Summit. Once you select the Job Access Summit, we know exactly where you're coming from. It makes it easy for us to also add you to the list of people who would benefit from the job application support that I said, where we apply to jobs on your behalf. You don't have to stress yourself, but only valid for those enrolling tonight. So once you've enrolled, it says payment successful, and it redirects you to this page where you can either choose to take crash courses, visit your portfolio website, which was what I was trying to show us earlier, which I would still show us if time permits. So yes, thank you all so much for your patience and for paying rapt attention the entire time today. I will take questions now if you have. So I would take like 2 or 3 questions. If you have any other question after this regarding enrollment, joining the internship, and I'm unable to take it today, we will drop a clarity link so that you can speak to us at a later time, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Friday, maybe, and I'm available 1 p.m. every day. My colleague is available 8 p.m. every day. Okay, so let me take Grace, then I'll come to Halima, then I'll come to Chinedu. Hi, Grace, how are you? Grace, are you there? Okay, so I think the hand has been from before, and maybe Grace is currently distracted. But okay, sorry about that, Grace. Jennifer, please, can you take a look at the mic? She's unable to unmute herself. So please, for those enrolling already, ensure you fill the attendance form. Okay, like I said, enrollment tonight, you get the discount and you also get the job application support, which is we applying on your behalf until you get the job. You don't have to stress yourself about that. So let me quickly, can you unmute yourself now, Grace?
Yeah, thank you so much, Omomi. Good evening. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I'll just get straight to the point with my question. Can I just ask, what are the chances? Because I was also looking at the LinkedIn of the people that the success stories that you shared, and I noticed that they sort of had like experiences as maybe analysts and stuff back home. So they sort of had like at least some experience. Actually currently in the June cohort. I'm on the data science track. But I'm currently doing my master's in health data science. I'm rounding up soon, but my background has been medically inclined, like doctor. So I don't really have that, even like say work experience apart from Amdari. So what are the chances? Because the ones going through the success stories, I see at least what they have in common is they had some background, even though it wasn't giving them some visibility, it was some years of experience. Small.
Yeah.
And then
That's a very
second
valid
question I have. Okay. Should I say it all or okay? Second question I have is it possible to be applying for jobs outside of the UK? I'm the UK, but it's possible to be applying outside of the UK. Is that something that works? Like maybe to Canada,
Applying
Australia,
to jobs. Okay.
like
Okay.
in data science, like maybe
Yeah, I get that.
expanding
I
the
get that.
catch. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I get that. Okay, thank you. So let me start with your first question, then I'll come to your second question. So the people you see had their LinkedIn optimized. That's why I always mention we revamp, we review, and we optimize, right? So the essence of reviewing your CV or your LinkedIn is to check out your past experience, transferable skills wise. What are those things that we can make to look like you've been working in this way, so that Amdari doesn't seem like your only place of work experience. So those people's LinkedIn was optimized, right? So their past experience, they didn't necessarily play those roles in those companies. We optimized it so that Amdari, being their recent place of work experience, does not stand as the only place of work experience. It's just to increase your chances. So the projects you work on, remember, they are from different industries. Now, you will touch projects from the industries you've worked on in the past. Again, that's where reviewing your current profile comes in. So what does your current profile say about you? How can we make sure that the transferable skills tied to this current career path that you're transitioning into, and then we revamp your CV or your LinkedIn to speak to that, and then it makes it super easy for you to get a job, because now you're not just having Amdari as your only place of work experience. Is that clear? So when your CV is revamped, you would get that sorted. And I know you said you started in June, so I believe you're like 5 weeks in or thereabout. Have you started going through the process of CV revamp in the program? Has that started for you?
no, we haven't started that yet.
Okay.
We're currently on our second project.
Right? Okay, awesome. So I'm sure that would start next week, right? That will start next week. So that's just the essence of reviewing what you currently have. So it's not just their LinkedIn that looks that way. Trust me, even their CV was revamped to carry more weight. Does that answer your first question?
Yeah, it does. But if I can just ask, because okay, what if everything is just like clinically inclined? Are we twitching it like Not falsifying, but are we tweaking it to make it look like I did something, or because I want to know like exactly how we're going to get that.
Okay, so your current internship is in what program? Data science?
Yeah.
Have you guys worked on any healthcare related data science project? I know
Not
you said
yet.
it's your second project, so okay, awesome. So you're still going to work on something like that. So that's where we don't get rid of your past experience, except it's totally far apart from what you're doing right now. But the ones that are close, and we know that sector-wise, we can revamp it so that your transferable skills reflect, right? And because you would work on projects from those type of sectors. So you working on an healthcare related project can also easily mean that we can revamp that your past experience to reflect the things that you've done, and it's going to be based off transferable skills, like I said. So don't worry, the employability team is definitely going to handle that for you. But we don't get rid of your past experience. We look at transferable skills that we can just adjust and revamp so it speaks to a job you're applying to. And at the end of the day, that's just still your master CV. Each CV still has to be tailored to the specific job title or the job role or the job posting, right? So the revamp aspect, or sorry, the tailoring aspect also is a major part of what you would still have to like encounter, right? So we would give you a master CV, and you would also be supported with how you can tailor your CV, which is where CV Mastery comes in. But like I said, you have nothing to worry about. The employability team would handle that with you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I can't remember your second question. Can you please refresh my memory?
Yeah. Okay. The second one was: is it possible to like expand my catch, like to applying to Canada, Australia, not
Oh,
just
okay,
the UK? Yeah.
yes, you can do that. You can do that. So I don't have the testimonial on this slide, but we have some of our interns who got jobs in the US, right? She lives in the UK at the moment, but she got a job with a fintech startup in the US. So yeah, we have people that do that. A lot of them that have, and some of them it's successful, right? So you can definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Grace, for that. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Let me take, sorry, I left this tab. Hi, Halima.
Okay. Good evening once again, Amomi. So I have
Good
two
evening.
questions, or let me say clarification. So for the internship program, to be fully productive for someone like me that isn't really computer savvy, what do you advise? Should I go learn all those preliminary and essential stuffs first before I enroll, or it doesn't matter? Then my second question is, what would you advise? My background is in economics. Though I've worked with an economic consulting firm too back home for several years, and it is more related to collection of data, analyzing data and all. But for this internship, when I filled the attendance form, I picked project management because I had my master's in economics back home, but I'm doing my MBA here. So what would you advise? Is it to go for data science, business analyst, or project management for this internship program? So those are my two questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Halima. So before I respond to that, have you taken a tech course in any of those fields that you just mentioned? Have you taken a course in any of them?
Not at all. I don't have any experience, and I've not taken any course.
Okay, so no learning experience at all, right?
Not at all. Zero. Let me put it that way.
All right, awesome. So what would happen is this is going to answer your first question. You have to enroll for a course. Yes. So that preliminary knowledge and skill that you asked, yes, you need it. Okay. You need it. And this is the part where it comes into the picture. So guys, please just give me a minute, please. Let me quickly just give me a minute, please. I'm coming.
Okay. Let me catch an example.
Okay, I am back. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, right, when it comes to job application and or rather not job application, the uh courses, you need to start first with a course. You can't just enroll in the internship. That preliminary knowledge is quite needed. That foundational knowledge and skill is very, very much needed. So I would advise you to start with a course first. So like I said, I feel like this kind of answers your first and second question at the same time. So, but you can confirm and let me know if that's the case. Is it clear? And we have a training partner that I would like to recommend to you. So I believe this would also help Ty, because I see Ty's question in the chat on how to enroll for a course in career paths like data analytics. So let me just type the company name.
Okay.
That's Tenalytics.io. So you can take a course with them. When you're done taking a course, you can then enroll for Amdari, right? So Amdari is perfect for, oh, I have taken a course, I'm trying to get a job. So yeah. Does that answer your question, Halima?
I think it doesn't, but to some extent, if I'm done with that, it will bring more clarification on what to do next. So let
Okay,
me
so
take
which
it
part
from
of it does, you said it doesn't answer your question. Which part does it not answer? The
completely
part that you need,
which the
okay.
parts that which of those internship fit my background or it
Oh,
aligns with
career path. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I just remembered. So I can't remember what you said about your background. I just know you
It,
mentioned data science
I
and
said I have both BSc and MSc in economics, and I've worked with it
oh,
as in
okay.
an economic
Okay,
consulting firm, and I'm currently running my MBA here. Excuse me. So
okay, sorry.
that's what
So I wouldn't necessarily want to tie a tech career path to your background, but of course, data analytics is by default one that you can consider, considering the fact that it's very big on business intelligence, right? It's very big on business intelligence and understanding how to use data to make informed decisions. So you'd also do a lot of financial analytics in it. So that's why I said by default that. But I don't think background necessarily has to be tied with I am trying to transition into tech. I am trying to get into tech. That's because you can honestly be anything in tech as long as it aligns with your career goal, interest, because tech can be stressful, tech can be a lot. You want to enjoy it regardless. If you're not enjoying it, you would get frustrated easily. You would hate your day to day easily. But if it's a field that you picked because of interest, so I was speaking to somebody one time and he said something, he said he's trying to pick between data analytics and data science. And I said, let's start with this. You would code in data analytics, in data science. You will not code in data science. The closest thing to coding is SQL. And SQL syntax is close to natural language syntax. So he was like, I'm going to code in data science. I said, yes. He said, okay, that coding already rules out data science. Then I was speaking to somebody again, and he said he's considering data analytics and project management. And I said, okay, I always say, look at your personality, look at your career goal, look at interest, which aligns with you, which one looks like what you want to do on a day to day. So when he said data analytics, project management was what he was considering, I simply said, for project management, you will be responsible for people. Let's start with that. Let's take out the execution. Let's take out the tactical and strategic side of things, right? Let's take out the risk register creation and everything like that. Let's put it aside. Let's start with the trade side of things. For this, you're going to be leading people. Do you see yourself leading teams? You're going to be responsible for people. For data analytics, you're not going to necessarily lead anyone. You just be creating reports, presenting your reports, backing it up with stories just to make everything make sense. That's like the basic description of this career path. And based off the fact that this person said, please, I really want to just focus on myself and what I can control, which is my deliverable and how fast I can deliver, not having to stress over when someone will deliver and all that. I think I would go for data analytics. So when I was picking my career path, these are things that helps me decide also. I looked at traits. I looked at what a day in my life as a PM will be. what a day in my life as a BA will be, what a day in my life as a cybersecurity would be. No offense to the cybersecurity guys on the call. Oh my God, when I checked out cyber, I was like, nah, this is going to be boring for me. I don't want to do cybersecurity. So I went the route of project management, right? So, and trust me, someone else will teach project management also to go the route of cybersecurity because something about cybersecurity most likely interests them. So I can't tell you that, oh, Halima, pick this career path. No, I can only guide you based off the expectation, the tools, what your day-to-day will look like. You don't want to have one challenge with your work and immediately get bored, get tired, and hate it. No, you want to have that challenge and feel tested like, okay, I am going to see the end of this. Like you're enjoying the process. That's how you thrive. So where someone has given up, you're just getting started. That's how you're seen as, okay, this person can do so well. One of the co-founders of Amdari studied economics in school and he became a data scientist. That's Ifemena Ipro, right? So he became a data scientist and an AI consultant. So your background does not necessarily mean you have to tie it to one that relates to it. It's CTech as like you having a plain canvas and an opportunity for you to redefine your career path how you want it. So looking at it now, if I say data analytics is one that you can immediately and easily tilt towards, what if you would enjoy and thrive as a cybersecurity analyst? What if that? What if you would enjoy and thrive as a project manager? So don't box yourself to what's your career path, or rather what tech career path aligns with your background. Don't box yourself to that. Yes, you can still explore that. You can still read more about that, but check out other ones and look up a day in my life as a data analyst, as a business analyst. See which one is looking like what you would want to wake up to do every day. Like, honestly, I see myself doing this. I love this. Some people would be discouraged from being a project manager because of meetings, because you would have meetings, you would sync, you would align, you would move the needle on, right? It's crazy. You would brainstorm, you do a lot of things. So some people would be like, nah, it's too much meetings being a product manager or being a project manager. Let me just do something else. So meetings can discourage some people sometimes. So does this help this time around, Halima? I know I didn't pick for you, but I'm just telling you that I can't pick for you. But the closest to your background is
clear
data
now, and
analytics.
it's really helped.
Okay.
It helped. It helped.
Okay.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much for that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Halima. So you can check out analytics so you can start your learning with them. Once you have your skills, your knowledge, you can always consider Amdari.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Hi, Chinedu. So guys, last but not the least for today, but like I said earlier, please, if you want to speak to us at the end of this session because, oh, a question comes to mind and you didn't remember to ask, you can fill the clarity form that my colleague will drop. But for those enrolling tonight, do not forget, the discount is from now till Friday. That's number one. Number two, to have the job application support that I mentioned, you will only get that if you're also able to enroll today. I'm just enrolled in an IT course now as a beginner that is meant to last as a beginner. Okay, there was like a space. I said beginner. As a beginner that is meant to last for 3 months, and I'm just 2 weeks in. When is best time to join Amdari? Okay, I would say maybe your last month in your training, Jennifer. Your last month in your training, oh my God. Your last month in your training will be the best and perfect time to join this, right? So I believe that will be like maybe September, no, maybe like October, I believe. So yes, you can come back to Amdari by that time because you would have learned all that you're learning right now. I mean, you're just 2 weeks in, it's still fresh. I wouldn't advise that you merge that with internship. What if you're already busy and all that? So when you, and I won't advise you also to be done with the training and then take some gaps or break before you do an internship. I did my own tech training for 2 months, then immediately went for internship. Like immediately, there was no breathing space. 2 months of learning to become a developer, and then I immediately went for internship. So I would say your last month, Jennifer, is a perfect time to reach back to Amdari for internship. All right. Hi, Chinedu. Are you still here with us? Can Chinedu hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. Hi. So I got a couple of questions actually. The first one being, How is the whole internship gonna work around your personal schedule? Is it like you go like if you are working, for instance, and probably have like a 9 to 5, what's the
Mm-hmm.
schedule of the internship and across which days? Is it that you have to like, outline some hours in your day and it's like work around your schedule kind of thing, or I have to dedicate a particular time in the day to, go about the internship and all? Then my
Mm-hmm.
second question is regarding the internship parts. I see that for the ones that are tech are mostly data inclined, like three data, you know, data parts there. And person, I'm speaking for myself because I don't know about any other person. Um, 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 I was coming from like an IT infrastructure network engineer part, and I'm trying to transition into DevOps. So I already have like the back knowledge and everything, and I'm trying to get hands-on experience. But I can't necessarily see
Mm-hmm.
that among those. The closest one was data engineering, and personally, I'm not a big fan of data and all. But is it possible for us to like, is it that we have to stick to what's available on the platform, or probably there's like some projects that can come in and they're like, what, if you're exposed to this or you want to do this, the instructors can be like, okay, you can add this to your curriculum and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So is that something that is available, or we have to stick to the available materials that are on the that are on the platform at the moment?
Okay, thank you very much, Chinedu. So, to be very honest, we used to have DevOps, but we don't have it anymore. We used to have cloud and AppSec, but we don't have that anymore also. Then, because the demand for that is not really much, right? So the minute we just hit the threshold of the number we wanted to take a couple of months ago, we just closed that program. So we don't have those anymore. And no, you don't have to just take any program and hope and expect that it fits. One thing I can tell you is as long as it's not the program, it's not going to be the program. So there are no projects that would speak to DevOps if you do data engineering. Yes, I know that it's a bit close because of the whole containerization, Docker Studio and everything, but it's not the same thing, right? And yes, with the data engineering internship, you get to do Azure, you get to work with Azure rather, you get to work with GCP, you get to work with Amazon and all that, but it's not the same as doing the DevOps internship. So except you're looking to really enroll for just data engineering, but if you're looking to be a DevOps engineer, work as a DevOps engineer, our data engineering program does not cover that, right? So if you're doing project management, just know it's everything project management. The only thing is you get to work in cross-functional teams, no doubt about that, right? You will get to work in cross-functional teams, but as the job title that you're in the program for, not, oh, hopefully maybe I'll get a DevOps project. So if you had joined our session, say 3-4 months ago, definitely we had DevOps, and we also had what's the word now? GCP, sorry, cloud and app security. So but we don't have it at the moment. So yeah. Does that answer your question, Chinedu?
Yeah, it does answer my question. Okay, from just to add to what you just said, or just to get an information of what you just said. You say that it's based on the demand and all. So you're saying that most of these rules are actually outlined based on the job market, because in that situation, I mean, it's not bad to get like the extra knowledge. I mean, transition into something, because it's not a bad one. But I'm saying, are you saying that these rules or the parts now on Amdari are basically what's in the demand in the tech market right now?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So the hiring demand for these roles is a lot. It's very high. The salary also exceeds the sponsorship threshold. The demand for DevOps engineer, SOC, not SOC, sorry, not SOC, app and cloud security engineers, it's not you can't, it's not a lot. Let's not even talk about comparison. It's not a lot. Talk more of comparing it to the likes of project management, to the likes of data analytics and all. So we kind of focus more on career paths that we know that the hiring demand is a lot for, and it's also because of success rate. So we have a lot of people who are successful in this internship, because if the hiring demand is there and all you just need is to just know this stuff, just be good at it. Obviously, with the right support, the right backing, the like everything else, it is easy to get the job. But when the job posting is not even a lot, the hiring demand is not high, how many people will really get the job? And that's on one side. Then people are also kind of tilting away from it, like, oh, it's not like the jobs are really much, so why, go the extent of investing this much in a job that doesn't really have much job openings and all that. So we decided to just work with the career paths that we know that they're hiring so much for. The future proof is also there, because yes, we know that AI is a thing, but is AI replacing this career path anytime soon? No. And that's because of the high human-centric nature of most of them, like SOC, like GRC, like project manager, right? Like, I'm not saying there are no aspects of it that you can, of course, automate, especially data analytics. There are some things about it that you can easily use AI for lately. Of course, not like everything from AI is accurate in that end or on that end, but at least you can even easily document some things. But largely, you cannot replace this career path with AI. It's impossible because of the human-centric nature. So all these things were things we analyzed before saying, let's stick to this career path and let's focus on helping people gain, experience in that. So that's the case, Chinedu. So yes, they are very much in high demand. If you look at read.co.uk today, the number of data analytics role that will be there, or project managers, you'll be shocked. If you look at the one posted in the last 2 weeks, you can see like 6,000 jobs posted, and we say there are no jobs, nobody's hiring. But where are these 6K coming from? And that's just read. Go on LinkedIn, go on NHS jobs. It's a lot. So yes, there is high hiring demand for that.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for
all right. Thank you very much, Chinedu. Okay, thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure. Okay, Jennifer says, apologies, my internet went off when you were explaining. So yes, Jennifer, I said the best time to do this will be when your training is in the last month, right? You can now enroll for Amdari in the last month of your training. So once you enroll for Amdari in the last month of your training, it's easy for you to immediately start as you're dropping off training. And I mentioned that for me, that was one thing I did. My training as a software developer was just for 2 months, and I immediately went for internship. And 4 months into my internship, I got my first ever tech job. So look at the timeline: 2 months learning, 4 months internship. That's all 6 months from somebody with zero knowledge to somebody with her first tech job. So it's very possible, right? So I would advise you to enroll in your last training month. Are you here? Did you hear that? Okay, awesome. What chances do I have with NHS as a software developer? I can't really say much specifically, because for us at Amdari, it's not a career path that we have explored for internship, and also the NHS side of it, we've not explored it because we don't have interns that are currently looking to get a job in that capacity. But I can actually look it up for you. So we, like I said, we just focus on the career paths that we know our interns are gaining experience in, and we see how we support them on that end. So I can look up the one for software engineering. As long as you fill the attendance form, I'll be able to send you the details, Victor. So I did MSc in project management with Prince 2 Foundation. Any chance for me? 100%, Mohammed. That's why this internship exists. You can enroll for the internship, Mohammed, right? You can enroll for the internship, and the chances of getting the job also is very high, because first, the demand exists, right? And the bar is not high. I promise you, the bar is not high. A lot of people just take the course and relax. Your own job is to just pass to the other side, the skilled side, right? If everybody's comfortable doing the barest minimum, you do not get comfortable. Ensure that you build the skill that you need. Okay, ensure that you build the skill that you need, and it will be easy. So this internship is very much perfect for you, Mohammed Kazan. So Victor says, as a software engineer, what tech area can I transition to join the internship? Okay, so it's going to be the similar answer I gave Halima earlier, right? it is going to be based off your interest. But looking at it off the bat, had it been we had DevOps, I would have said DevOps, but we do not have DevOps anymore, right? So the career path that I feel you can look into is data science. I know you're already heavy on coding. You're already heavy on coding. Approaching Python should not be difficult, and because you can easily become an AI engineer, and AI is the future, guys. So anything AI related, building machine learning models, training machine learning models, that's the future. There is high hiring demand for those guys. That's why data science is hot right now. So you can definitely look the route of data science, Victor. Highly recommended, right? You can look the route of data science. The demand is high. In fact, if there was DevOps, yes, you can look in that direction, but is the demand as much as the one that data scientists have? No. So data scientists have more demand and the job opportunities is there. So you can consider data science, or yeah, you can consider data science. Omolola says, on the back of Victor's question, what chance do I have for PM in construction, please? Okay, so yeah, you have a high chance. Just ensure that you build experience around that sector. Now, our internship doesn't do much of on-site construction kind of project management. No. The methodology or the framework of project management that you would do here is more IT related, like Agile or Wagile, right? Kanban, iterative development, those frameworks. But the construction sector and all the sectors are also going digital. Like I said, if AI is even revolutionizing the way we do everything today, then the least any organization or any sector can do is at least be tech savvy. So being a project manager that is IT, conversant would help you. But if it's like on-site kind of construction PM, no, our internship doesn't cover that kind of construction project management. But the type that works on maybe the digital side of things, 100% yes. So I hope that answers your question, Omolola. And Victor, did that answer you guys' question? And like I said earlier, for people that can do self-paced learning, we have crash courses on Amdari website. So I was showing you guys our portfolio website earlier. This is the portfolio website. You can switch between two templates. See, if you don't like that template, you can switch to this template. You would see it load now. See, you don't like this one, you can go back to this. You would populate it with your projects and everything. Now, this is showing like this because this is my dashboard. You can copy this link and share with any recruiter. You would have access to this portfolio for life. If Amdari makes an adjustment, makes an update, it is yours and you don't pay a dime for this. Like I said, for life, right? It documents your location, your phone number, your email address, your LinkedIn, everything like that, your skill level, your educational background, your work experience. That's how solid it is. Even the projects you worked on, can you see? You can always add more. You see, this is how you add more projects to what you've done. It's quite easy, it's intuitive, it's smart, it's everything nice, right? So it's a very smart platform for you to use. This is what your project page looks like. It shows the details of the work you've done, you explaining the tools you use, the problem context, everything. This is the detail page of your project. This portfolio is free for every intern to use throughout the internship and even after. Now, there are crash courses on Amdari website, like I mentioned, and the crash courses look like what you're going to see on my screen right now. You can take these free crash courses anytime that you want. So for those that are saying, oh, I want to start learning and stuff, you don't pay for these crash courses. Amdari has no hidden charges, right? The fee that I've mentioned today is the only thing you would pay from start to the finish of this internship. No hidden charges, no surprises. So you can take crash courses, from data science crash courses to data analytics crash course. And this would even be very easy for someone like Victor, who said he's coming from development background. You can easily just come here because of your tech background already. I see you self-learning data science and being able to just pick up from there. And you can choose to start your internship in September. Just take these crash courses for this month and next month. And like I said, no hidden charges, right? So yeah, so there is no need to enroll. Okay. Yes. So if you're looking for construction project management, Omolola, like construction on site, there is no need to enroll. But if you're looking for IT project management, yes, you can enroll in this. So like I said, guys, these are free crash courses that you can take in all these career paths, and yeah, it goes on like that. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. It's been a pleasure speaking to you all. So for those who are enrolling tonight, please ensure you fill the attendance form. The discount closes tonight. All right, sorry, on Friday rather, closes on Friday, and enrollment is still on. Next cohort is in August, so we look forward to having you secure your spot and joining us in the program. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you taking out time to stay with us on the call, from Dola to Adebola to Ngozi to Chinedu, everybody pretty much. Thank you so much. And I wish you a wonderful night and a productive day tomorrow. Enjoy, guys. Bye. Thank you. All right, Jennifer, we look forward to hearing from you. Bye, guys.